What we talking
I'm Elisa Coy. We're discussing the backside of love. Right now, we're talking about bleeding heart.
And it's getting spicy.
Okay, so a bleeding heart doesn't necessarily mean that blood is flowing out of your heart. What does bleeding heart suggest to you, Toya, the term?
I don't know. I don't know you wasn't talking to me, but I don't know what the hell bleeding heart means. I mean, bleeding heart, you just think of all this stuff is going wrong. Everything is just going in a totally different direction from what you planned. Your baby daddy cheating on you, your husband out with the next girl.
Blinking your donuts and then come back to an hour later.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't know. So now you calling up your friend because your heart is bleeding. You want to know, can you come past me by that other chick house? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that could very well be bleeding heart. My heart bleeding in your face about to be.
Well, we've all been there. We've all been there. And I can remember a time where I was actually driving the car while I had my bestie in the car, ducked down, waiting for the other woman to pull up. Because we about to break the windows out the minivan.
The minivan, girl. I think everybody in here one of them moments where bestie is riding shotgun, or bestie likely to drive because you get in and you feeling safe and you get in your mind what you about to do when y'all pull up.
Right. Is she coming? And then he shows up with her and he tries to protect her. That's when your heart bleeding, because how dare you?
No,
you
worse
gonna
is when
stop
you try
me?
to put it on you and say, oh, well, you did this and you did that, and you know I ain't do a damn thing.
You know I be here.
Right. Yeah. So, bleeding heart could mean a variety of things. It just means what you're going through at that certain time and you just can't figure out why the hell is this happening and how do I get through it.
Yes. Toya.
Girl, I don't know. I mean, your voice is bled. You tell your story.
Yeah, you tell your story.
It would be interesting to hear the viewers' account of when they've had an experience where they heart was beat.
Right, because we've all gone through it, but the worst thing you could do is sit back and pretend, oh no, that never happened to me, or no, I can't relate. Because what you're doing is you're not allowing other people to tell their story. They feel as though they need to be in this box because that's not what normally happens. And that's what the backside of love is about. The backside of love. It's about riding shotgun. It's about waiting for him to walk through the door because you standing there about to bust him in his head. You've been up all night going through all of his mail and you see all of those letters from who knows who, and why is they sending letters to my house?
What about
you
the
know?
phone, girl?
What about the phone? You don't get all them text messages.
What about the phone?
You done broke the phone. At this point, he don't even have a phone.
Oh no,
number.
you're not gonna break it because you're gonna take it with you. You're gonna hurry up and leave while he in the shower and wait for the text again while you got the phone.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Or you can't take it no more and you done broke the phone. At this point, he can't call you. You gotta call my number to reach him, and you don't want to do that. Yeah.
It goes back to the backside of love. We all see this pretty picture of love, and we walking up the street hand in hand, and it's all smiles and kisses. Yeah. But there's this backside, this ugly side.
The side when you haven't kissed in 2 years, I wish you would put your mouth on me because I don't know where it's been. That side, that's what we're talking about, the backside. And since we're talking about the backside, let's talk about those men with the baby mama drama. Because Lord have mercy. Thank God I don't go through that because I can't. But I see other people.
Drink, but I got too much to say about that.
I see other people going through the baby mama drama.
It's too much. And when it's really bad is when it's a man who takes care of his child. He does what he has to do and they have that great relationship.
But don't everybody say that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, everybody
say, oh, I take care of my child.
Oh, everybody says it. But when you a woman and you standing side by side with this man and you see what's going on and you see the money coming out of y'all account and it's going here and it's going there and he's still taking the baby here and there and doing all this for him, it's beyond what they say. So, it's...
It's always two sides to every story.
Even you, Melissa Coy, came and told me, well, there's this, and well, how would you feel if that? Yeah.
My thing with that about them doing everything they could do and still the other person isn't satisfied is how I feel about it is when we decided to have this child, now you were on board. It was nothing that could come between us to stop you from being on board. And then all of a sudden, something came through and stopped you from being on board. So that would piss me off as a woman and as a mother. Because I don't care what happened, things are going to happen. But you said you were going to be here.
Well, women and mothers have to just like have that point where is it about me or is it about my baby? I have a friend who is pregnant for a man who's married. He having a baby with his wife, and this is that. You know what she says? It's about my child. He once said, "I just want to be able to take care of you."
I think I know your friend,
said,
and she's still with that man.
And she said, "Oh, it ain't about taking care of me. You got to take care of this child." And this is, I mean, it's a very premature. Yes, it's a very premature situation, but for these women that have these children and you have had these children for a long time, whether you have been with this man and y'all were in love or it was a one-night stand, whatever the situation may be, if that man is taking care of his child, you can't let your personal feelings about y'all not being together come in between that relationship. You can't come with your extra demands because he ain't doing what you want for you.
But it is a personal decision that you made. You made this personal decision when we were in this bed together, and now we're out of the bed, and all of a sudden, none of that matters.
When we were in the bed, the decision was, I'm about to get this, I'm going to roll up out this bed and go get it with the next one. That was the decision in the bed. So you can't put the bed decision with the long-term, we having a baby decision.
You?
Oh, that's what it is every day. Okay, you ain't never heard that.
Well, I think what she's saying is you looking at the ultimate decision way down the line. It all have to have a beginning point.
Yeah, in the moment, that was a decision.
Okay, most people don't make in the moment decisions, especially not when you decide to have a baby. That's not in the moment. That's something you normally plan out with the person you're with because you're so emotionally.
Seriously, how often is that the way it goes?
I planned my last 2 kids.
Okay. But out of how many? Thank you.
You also plan to write a book. Everybody ain't there.
Everybody ain't there.
But it's
Everybody not
2014 and the theme is 14 and 2014.
And that's fine. So maybe once we all read the backside of love and see what somebody else's experience, which experience is its own best teacher, you got to feel it for yourself. But maybe once other people see what the character in your book went through, it may shed some extra light. But for you to say people plan babies and lives just because it's 2014, that ain't the truth.
So, Latoya, would you say your life has been planned?
Absolutely not.
So you're still making in-the-moment decisions?
Every day I might be faced with a decision right now, tomorrow, today, that will impact my life for the next 5 years or the next 10 years. You have to collect your thoughts at the time, and then you go from there. You make one decision, and then you go on and you make the next decision as it comes up.
So not only am I a backside of love girl, but I'm also an old school girl?
Very old school.
Because I think you a pie called your kettle black. I want to know if you actually playing every single one of your choices every single day.
Okay.
And it goes just as planned without life interrupting and different things happening.
So the backside of love is about life interrupting and things happening. And that's why my opinion is so strong. If a man, as what we were talking about, if a man goes into, we're going to have this baby together, and he reneges halfway through, the baby's 3 years old, no, that's not what we planned.
That's not even what I said. That ain't different. Right now.
Okay, well,
I think she
I'm
got
sorry.
some tea, so
I
think she knows some of your dirty laundry. Now you talk about the backside of love, we talk about the backside of reality.
The backside of reality. It's about all the things that go
wrong. We're going into the sequel.
Okay,
already.
now when things go wrong, it has to be some kind of fishing hook or rod you could throw out and get the stuff back together. And that's
in a perfect world, there would be, but sometimes you cannot go back and change stuff that happens. It happened, and that is it. So that can affect the next 18 things that come from it.
Right, the backside.
The
But at
backside.
some point, point, you have to want this stuff to start working in your favor.
Oh, I would hope so, yeah.
So how do we come from the backside to something actually being able to work in our favor? How do we do that?
In my opinion, that comes, well, and this is gonna sound so cliche, that comes from having a relationship with God and knowing how to take the reins of your life and know that it's not just your life. He controls everything that's going on. So if you right and you doing what you're supposed to do, God has favor for you. And
Okay. So in chapter 2, the character talks about losing favor with God.